Good evening, I'm David Kramer at the National Weather Service with Alaska statewide weather. Starting off for the remainder of the day, we have a low pressure system out over the northern part of the Bering Sea, bringing southerly winds up through much of the central and eastern part of the Bering, and with it a lot of rain that's extending up through the Pribilof Islands and along much of the west coast to include St. Lawrence Island up through the Seward Peninsula, bringing rain to these areas and a mixture of fog as we get up closer towards St. Lawrence Island and the Seward Peninsula. Down by the Aleutians, we are expecting some rain for the central and eastern Aleutians as well as places along the Alaska Peninsula. Out over mainland Alaska, ridging out over the southern part of the Gulf is extending into southern portions of the mainland, whereas some ridging up over the Arctic is extending down along the Arctic coastline. There is going to be some instability in between these two areas of high pressure, allowing for some light showers and some areas of thunderstorms for the eastern parts of the Brooks Range. Down in southeast Alaska should stay clear of most precipitation, some just off to the north of the area, however. For tonight, some of that rain is going to extend into southern portions of the Panhandle, with lower pressure out to the east. Out over mainland Alaska, continuing to see the ridging dominate much of the central and eastern locations with just some light showers lingering out over the eastern parts of the Brooks Range. However, as we get to the west coast of the state, from that low pressure out over the northern part of the Bering Sea, extending troughing in out over the Bering, bringing rain to the west coast, extending further into the western portions of the interior as well, and then some rain for the eastern Aleutian Islands as well as the Alaska Peninsula. On Thursday, continuing to see some rain in those areas of the eastern Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula as well as the western Aleutians as another system approaches the area from the south. Now out over mainland Alaska, our area of precipitation remains along the west coast and extends further into central areas of the interior and down into areas of the Alaska Range as well. As we move down into the Panhandle area, rain extending further towards the central areas of the Panhandle and still including southern locations where we do expect lingering rain showers. However, not a lot of precipitation expected for northern places of the Panhandle as well as out by Yakutat. Then on Friday, most precipitation in the Panhandle area should clear up with just some light lingering showers in the very southern locations of the Panhandle. Out over mainland Alaska, continuing to see high out over the southern Gulf and along the Arctic coastline with area of instability in between those two areas of high pressure. Some lingering rain should be fairly light out over the central and western portions of the mainland part of the state down into southwest Alaska, some lighter precipitation along the coastline, then some rain throughout much of the Aleutians as a new system approaches from the south. With Alaska statewide weather, I'm David Kramer.